This is Simone Bresi-Ando, the creator of Bresi-Ando Tools for Living. I hope you're okay on this fine Sunday, May the 24th. How's everyone feeling? How has quarantine day 50, 11, 70,000 been feeling? I hope everybody's good. And today we have our IG favorite. We have Mama Vida. So I'm going to jump her in. I'm so glad you guys are here to join me. Wave. Hey, 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 hey. So let me just join in Mama Vida and we're going to have some fun. Some serious fun, so some ancestral fun. She's going to be catching up in a minute. So what have you guys been getting up to in the week? How's it been for you guys? Hey! Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm blessed. I cannot.
Oh, brilliant. You know what? Sorry, I forgot to put my earphones in. So give me 1 second. Oh, there's me thinking, oh, I've done really well this time. I'm not halfway getting my hair ready and makeup ready, and I forgot my earphones. So here we go. Here we go. Okay. Hello.
Oh, it's so good finally talking to you.
I know.
Like I know you because I work with the.
Yes. I know. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. It's my baby.
It just, you know what? I saw it, and I saw it off with my friend, Diana Tarot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
We're good friends, and
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah, we're really good friends. And we met about maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, and then we went to New Orleans. Go visit her. Like we just
Right.
whenever she does something, she mentioned the deck. She mentioned the candles, and I went over there. I'm like, oh, I'm getting this. I ordered it. I'm like, okay, and then I started working. Like, yeah, this is kicking, and it's crazy that I didn't even realize the significance of some of the symbols.
Right.
I actually have tattooed on my back.
What have you got on your back? Tell me which ones. Okay, hold on. Wait, let me guess. You have a Sarsier Juru.
No.
Oh,
no.
Wow. I thought you would. Mother Nature.
No, I have the fern.
Nice. Endurance. Yes.
I gotta get the deck because I actually used it yesterday with a client because I usually don't really pull out the decks too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I get the deck of the Adinkra? I'm like, sure, we can go get that. Like they actually asked for your deck.
Oh my. Honestly, do you know my mind still gets blown about all of this? Like I cannot explain to you how it feels to have this idea, to create these cards and to be in my apartment thinking about it, calling people, bothering my mum, my dad, my uncles, my brother-in-law. How do you pronounce this? What's this? Come on. And they're just like, what are you asking me these things for? And then it becoming finished, and then it becoming printed, and then people buying it, and then people using it, and it's like, and then people are like, it's changed my life. I'm like, oh my God. And I don't know if you guys understand. This is such an amazing affirmation of my purpose. And, it was a love letter to the diaspora. Do you know me? I've got this one. I've been wearing this since the 90s. I got this in the first trip to Ghana in 91.
I got these tattoos done over.
Wow.
What they were and how they will play a part of my life now. But I have a set actually from the base of my neck all the way down to my bone. I actually have spiritual symbols of every culture. I don't know.
Nice.
But I always say that my faith is my force. It's a quote that I have. My faith is my force. And like the spine is the whole entire force.
Exactly. It keeps you upright. Yeah, holds you up.
Without the spine, we can't really do anything because all of our to the vertical. I say the same thing about faith, and I do respect so many other cultures.
Yeah,
with a lot of different cultures like Buddhism, a lot of Buddhism, a lot of alchemy, a lot of African because of my family. Well, a lot of this as well because of my family.
Of course.
So when I saw the fern and I saw Janame, I was like,
of course.
And then I was like, up a little bit because back 10 years ago you really didn't get a lot of information on the internet.
This is it.
And then when I see now, I'm like yesterday one of the cards fell, I'm like, hey, I got her on my back.
It's like, I know you. I've known you for a little while, but now I really know you. I really, really know you.
It's just amazing because I'm an ancestral practitioner.
Of course, yes.
I talk to the dead every day. Like
right, exactly.
when I saw the deck, I didn't even. I just buy it. I just
Yeah.
buy it. And I got it. I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm a reason.
Me too, girl. High five.
So you already know we're always like,
we're crazy too. We're crazy.
No more. I need.
Yeah.
More.
Yes. Yes.
The more I work with this deck, the more I'm like, okay, she broke.
And it becomes an extension of you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It, like, the way it just comes out your hands and it just says what it is. It just, I'm telling you, the first pack I got, I was in LA working, and I got it, and I was in the hotel room, and I got them, and I could hear how happy my ancestors were, and they started jumping up my hands. They were like jumping up my hands, and I was like, oh, my babies, and they were just like, thank you. And I'm telling you, these things just live. They just live. It's like they've been wanting to be free and communicate. Oh, I love my babies.
I tagged you when I do the card that you see it just fly.
Yes.
One flies out.
Yeah. They do. They're alive. And it's I love the accuracy. I love the connection they give people. I love that they really just, it was a love letter to the diaspora. I wanted us to go back and to really reclaim who we are, who we've always been. And so anyone who connects with them, I'm always like, oh my God. But it's so heartfelt to hear that from you. Oh,
honesty it's one of the honesty, to believe it or not, unless you're really, really well versed or connected with your ancestors. I gotta say that, because if you're not really connected with your ancestors, and I'm not have to be, but I'm saying there's some underlying
you're right,
your culture.
Exactly. No, you're right.
For you to be able to work, once you get your hands on the deck and you are working with your ancestors, you have your ancestral altar and you're practicing your rituals and so on and so forth. The minute I go on you see some of these videos that I make, they're like about almost 10 minutes long at times. I'm so off, they keep telling me stuff and I'm keep going.
I know. And you're like, do you hear me? And I'm like, I hear you. I'm like, you give me the word.
I know it has so much to do with the cards itself and the intention that came from the cards, which is you, because obviously it came.
Yes, they're I birthed. Yes. I put
like,
a good juju on it, and I was like, give these people what they need, give them the connection, give them the language.
There, because the first I never use cards on myself because I was taught to. A lot of my clients like, oh, I pulled a card. I'm like, I always try to tell them, like, please stop pulling cards.
Yeah.
That's old school, and people think like I'm saying this just out of but other practitioners. I'm not talking about the new stuff in the last 30 years. I'm 40 years plus.
Yeah.
Don't pull cards. In my culture, don't know me because I know I'm white passing.
Yeah.
100% Cuban American.
Yeah.
Both of my parents are born in Cuba, but obviously, you
have the African lineage.
My father's side is Simone Taino, which is but also my grandfather from my father's side is from Morocco, and then
nice.
side is from Spain, and then
right.
My grandmother's from the Canary Islands, which is the tribe.
Oh yeah, yes.
Colonized too. So
I know.
Like,
but I saw you and I was like, it's coming through.
And there's nothing wrong with being Caucasian either, because I have plenty.
No.
Caucasian.
And we're not talking about that. We're talking about the lineage of which we're connecting to.
How's she talking about ancestors? She don't know shit. I'm not
right. Yeah. I hear you, girl. You know what? The sound is cutting in and out for me. I don't know. Do you have earphones in? Do you have like your these in? Oh, are you able to put them in? Because it's cutting every time we speak at the same time. You cut out.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much, because I just want it to be a great recording so people can go back to it and stuff like that.
Okay, are we cutting out? Can you guys give us a thumbs up?
Yeah, thumbs up. Not for me, but I don't know. Hopefully it's not like that. Can you guys hear us properly? Because I remember the first week I did it without the earphones, and that happened a lot. And then when I listened back, the sound wasn't great. Let's see what people are saying. They're saying yes. Okay, well, you cut out that, yeah. Cutting out, okay.
So can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
All right. You guys can hear me now?
Yeah. It's slightly tinny, but we can, let's speak at the same time. Hello, 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 hello,
Hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello, hello,
hello.
hello.
Yeah, yeah. That's fine. It's not cutting out now.
Okay.
Brilliant.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry, babe.
No,
Yeah.
it's okay. So, so just for background for those people, you know, I am
Mhm.
an ancestral rituals practitioner.
Yes.
I'm an ordained minister. I do weddings. That kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Unfortunately, with the COVID-19, I have been doing a lot of
Mm.
flash rites
Mhm.
because of what's been happening. But
Mhm.
again, I just want to give your community a background. Like, why is this a white lady?
Whoa! I
Just
get
like
you,
a
but
badass.
right, right. But the thing is, we all have ancestors. We all
Yes,
have ancestors, and
of
you know,
every
it's
color.
really interesting of every color, and they're all working to make everyone prosper. And that's
Yeah,
something I have to remind myself, because sometimes, you know, I've had a few white people come up to me and say, can I use your cards? And I'm like, go ahead, girl. You got ancestors too. Like, I ain't stopping it. And it's
exactly.
actually been as accurate as possible for them. It was funny. I had some friends, I did some reading to them. And I was like, Sagittarius, you know, the mouth, it just came out. I was like, first time I've done it on white people. It really works, doesn't it? And they were like, oh, yeah. But I was even a bit shocked, because it wasn't that
Right.
I created this thing just like, oh, only black people. I wasn't really in that mindset. I was just more about connect, connect,
Right.
connect, connect. And so whoever gets drawn to it, gets drawn to it. And not even that, there are many of us who have white ancestry and things like, there are so many ways that we
Yeah.
have it. It is either through colonization, or it's actually
And
just through,
listen, that's a
right?
subject for another day.
Right.
Because
You
I
see what
just
I'm
say
saying?
it's just our ancestors are of every shade, of every color. If you do your DNA, I bet you 90% of you will be like, wait, they're in here too. I got Asian
Right.
in mine. I'm like, how did I
This is
get
it.
Asian?
This is it. But
Like,
this is the thing. We moved. We moved. No one stays still.
over,
We're
it's
probably more
over, it's over.
sedentary now than we were ever before. And
Oh
so
yeah.
you're moving, and then, you know, tribes are moving because there's drought, and then they merge into another tribe, and then we didn't stay still. And so there is so much to be learned about. As much as we do have these kind of tribal demarcations, there's much
Right.
to be learned about how much we are the same. But I don't want a whole kumbaya moment, because I do think that we do need to know our lineage, and that is important as
Of
well.
course.
But you
And
know what?
that's what I was
Go
just
ahead.
saying, you know, like when working with the deck, you should
Mm,
have like some type of knowledge of your ancestry. Like, and if
this
you
is
don't
it.
know that, you know, people always, I have a lot of clients that come, I don't know my ancestors. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well, do you have people you can talk to? Yeah, but I have a lot of clients who are like, my family doesn't want to talk about it. Okay.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
And so I said, you know, the first thing, honestly, because we're humans and we need to see things in black and white,
Hmm.
take a DNA test. You'll be surprised at what you find
Mm,
out.
I
They're like,
know.
what? I'm like, take
Yeah.
what? Take
Yeah.
two.
Really,
Take
I've done one, and I loved
I
it.
take two. Because I'm a again Sagittarius. You know how we
Of
are. We like.
course, we gotta know. We gotta know.
I don't know more. So I did a paternal one, and that's when I found out about the indigenous culture, the sea where they, you know, my father,
Good. Nice.
the West Africa, but also
Of
the more
course.
dominant Morocco than anything.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then my mother's side was Spain, Portuguese.
Hmm.
Also, then it went back to Europe and
Mm.
France, and even
Mm.
London. Believe it or not, the British Isles. Like,
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, it makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense to me because
Yeah.
I do really connect with the natural realms and like the Celtic,
Mm.
like the trees and the plants.
Interesting. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like I'm a
Yeah.
big tree person for some reason. I'm like I love trees, and
Right.
that's more like Druidism,
Yes,
Celtic.
and the Celtic kind of way. Yeah,
I'm like,
definitely.
okay, that makes a lot of
Right.
sense. So
Right.
when I started doing that, I tell people, see what calls out to you, see what traditions, and if you're not sure, because again, I know now that in this culture it's about taking other people's culture and try to profit off of it. That's a
Whew,
thing.
that's ooh. And this is also what pushed me to do the cards, because I
Yeah,
was like, girl, if you don't, someone
someone
else
else.
is gonna, and they're not gonna look like you, probably.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know.
So
Yeah.
that's the thing. So I get it. So a lot of people don't want to disrespect the cultures and
Yeah.
disrespect the spirits, which is really
Yeah.
honorable. So I tell
Yeah.
people DNA test first, and then I like
Yeah.
actually do a whole webinar like called Ancestors Among Us for every culture, and you can
Amazing.
create a you know a small altar, and even if you don't have an altar, a window ledge like with pictures
Yes.
of ancestors. If you don't have a picture of
Exactly.
your ancestors, you can write them a note. The
Yeah.
ancestors known and unknown of
This is
my
it.
bloodline,
Yeah.
my spirit, or my
Yes.
past lives. Sometimes our
Yes.
past lives ancestors they jump in too once in a while. Especially for
Ooh.
change in our life or a repeat karmic lesson, because I've done
Yeah.
that. So I
Oh,
guess
yeah,
that
yeah,
when
yeah,
I
yeah.
started working with these, the information that I would just shuffle the
And it
cards and
just
it
poof.
fly out
Yeah.
and just flies out, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
I read it like, oh, okay, and spirit says, da-da-da. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah. 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 They're powerful.
I don't even edit my videos. I just put them like, and I watch later. My husband's like, you don't watch them? I'm like, no.
No. Because
If
because
I
the
try to
word's been delivered,
I'm not
right?
trying to edit it, because whatever just came out, that was pure spirit. That wasn't me. I'm just
Yeah.
standing in
Yeah.
that place because they told me card of the day. I'm like, as you notice, if you ever see
Exactly.
my cards of the day are never done the same day, same time. Like, it's
Right,
always
right. Yeah, it's always just whenever you feel it, which is brilliant. And I wish social media would respect that. But people want posts every time, and it's like, well, no, I need to feel what's going on. And some days it's like, some days I don't post for 5 days because I don't have anything to say. It's
right.
really important that I have to have something to say, and it makes something, and it shifts. It's all about movement. So I'm so happy you're here, though. Honestly, I love your energy, your fire, it's everything. And I remember seeing a post once when you were talking about being a Sagittarius and how you have to be cool. So my last tattoo was to get Ajo, sorry, can you see it? Ajo,
Yes.
because I'm not cool. Not cool.
I'm a triple fire sign.
You got it more than me, I have to say. I am a fire sign sun. I am at Aquarius moon, and I have Virgo on my chart 5 times. I'm not appreciative of that. And honestly, right. So,
moon and
yeah.
rising, Aries.
Wow. I'm going to say I feel sorry for you because we're crazy. No, seriously. Yeah. It's a lot. And people don't understand what we carry because we see everything in truth and we just want to do it. And it's right. And why can't this happen like this? And, and I think that is why you'll find the people like us, we change things, we shift things, we make movement in the world, right? And it's really
the same.
right. And I yeah. And I think with when you've got fire in your makeup, it's the same thing when we talk about anger, right? People, I think, have really mislabeled that emotion. I actually think it's a beautiful thing. I think it can be harnessed.
We need to have a more depth.
We do. Right?
In my reading, I even told yesterday, I'm like, why are you so mad about being angry? I'm like, anger is great. Anger
it's good.
You in the corner and it causes you to start fighting for yourself.
There it is. And why people are like, oh, I don't want to be called an angry black woman. But if we're not angry, then what the fuck are we going to be? Because there's nothing to be happy about. Right? Like, my anger is valid. And this anger, there's been so many times in my life where my anger has created I'm Possible. That was like a social enterprise for women and girls of color. I was angry. I was fed up. I was done. No more. You know what I mean? Also with Tools for Living, it was more of a healing, but there is an anger about, I'm not going to be oppressed or indoctrinated into these Abrahamic religion shit.
Thank you.
It's not going to happen. And we know with fire signs, particularly Sagittarius, we're mutable and we seek freedom. So there was never, ever going to be a framework where I would be in it and I'd be like, oh yeah, this is cool. It was never cool. And so this is where right. And I look back to when I was...
No, when? Tell me when it was cool.
It wasn't even cool for the people who created it. I mean, like, this is the realness of the work that we're doing and the spaces we're moving in. And I love having conversations with people like yourself because you're out there, you're talking to people directly, truthfully, in ways that people are not used to. And I think that we need to get more used to it. I mean, my existence is offensive. So do you see what I mean? Like, you kind of got to get with it. And also, it's none of my business what people think about me. It becomes my business if they really want to make a problem for me. But
yesterday, I put it in a tweet and I shared it on my Instagram. I said, what other people think of you is none of your
business. It really isn't. That's their business. It's not mine. My business is to live in my purpose and to keep improving. I'm not perfect. There are things that I have issues, but you know what? Every day, right. And every day we get better. And every day I'm trying to find better ways to be me, and I will slip. And just because, it was Malcolm X's 95th birthday a couple of days ago, and I found a beautiful quote, right? And I found a beautiful quote where he said, stumbling is not falling. And I think we forget that.
People think that, oh, we're stumbling, that's it. We're going to, it's over. No, it's not. That's just a part of the journey.
Right. And I, Why do people feel it's the end?
People think that it's a bad thing. And people, you know what? I have a lot of my people in my community that are so afraid to fail, because a lot of Black and brown communities are afraid to fail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you got the wrong one. I need you to fail. I thought I was like,
failure is where I've learned the most. I've learned the most there.
You got the wrong one. I need you to fail. I said, did you ever think that failure is the prerequisite for success?
It always usually is.
But they don't
it
see
always
it
is. No.
They see it as failure is bad.
Yeah.
And it's never been about, I mentioned this the other day to my community, to my page, and I said, it's never been about right or wrong. It's about, what did you learn?
Also for us to stop attaching these emotions to what is happening, okay? Sometimes it just is, some things are shitty. I'm not going to say they're not, but it just is shitty. So can we keep it moving? Can we acknowledge the shittiness? Can we maybe mourn it? Can we grieve it? And can we keep it moving? Because these are the things that we get stuck in, these kind of grooves where we're just like, everything's shit. A narrative, which I'm trying to, why has it happened to me? This always happens to me.
Why are people talking about me? Why do they make me feel this way?
Like this. I'm just trying.
None of your business what they think.
And it's also not true. It's not true. These things are just happening. You just know it's happening to you because you're the constant, right? Exactly. And then when we talk about it, you find out that it's happened to 500,000 million other people. So it's not just you. Right. You're not the only one. Right. So I wanted to kind of talk to you as well, not only because I love you on the IG, but I wanted to talk to you as well about, like, how are you finding COVID? What has been the big lesson for you with COVID? You know? Okay. Yeah.
COVID-19 is the motherfucker.
Yeah. Basically handed to us by Mother Nature like that. She's like,
I've been said that. People are like, no, it was created. It's
no, it weren't.
For those of my people who are in my community that are watching this live, y'all can attest to this. I've been telling them for years.
Yeah.
They just pissed off. I said,
Gaia,
because I call her Gaia because that's her original name.
Gaia. Right.
I'm like, Gaia is mad. I said, Gaia wiped out the Amazon. Gaia is hurricane after her. She's mad. And you know what? Mad. Everyone was like, oh my God, 2020, a new decade. I'm like, and Gaia's like, oh, y'all still abusing me? Here you go. She did this.
Yeah. And that's the thing. She only blew. This ain't shit. This is not even the precursor. This is not a warm-up.
This is bad. They have no idea what our ancestors went through. They went through plagues.
I know, right? I know.
Oh my God, no, this is nothing. I said, and I keep telling you, and I keep telling my community, I was like, she is mad.
She is mad.
We are killing ourselves, we're killing each other, and we're killing the only planet that we got. We ain't got money to go to another space station.
And also, life as we know it cannot exist there. We can't exist there. So where are we going to go?
There's no life on certain planets.
Right? And, my other point about, Mother Nature is that because she represents the feminine divine, I believe I was strong, right? I was strongly. So when Me Too, right. So when Me Too exploded, I was like, oh, she coming for all of you. She's fed up of being degraded. Why can't I say that today? Degraded, raped, abused, oppressed, gaslighted. She's sick of seeing it. She's sick of the feminine just being, thrown around like it's nothing. And there it is. And then Me Too did that. Bang. And you couldn't hide.
And it's kind of crazy that I keep telling people, I say, y'all are so caught up with COVID-19. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing because we my family, we have lost family.
Yeah. I've lost friends too. Mm-hmm.
And we've lost about, I haven't really spoken about it. We've lost about 7 people in total due to COVID-19.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's
really sorry to hear that.
We've lost income. My husband had to got laid
right.
So we're in New York City, so we're
me too. Yeah,
I know you're Brooklyn, so I'm in Queens. So cool. I get it. And what happened was I was trying to tell everybody. I said it's not really about what's happening. It's about we got comfortable, and when we get comfortable, nothing moves. And we get stagnant. And energy can't flow through stagnant wavelengths.
No.
You have to adjust. And look, people are losing their mind. Like, I got to stay home. I'm losing my mind. Our families and our ancestors, we have leaves. People people keep forgetting. They think ancestors is like their grandparents and that's it.
Right.
No, we have legions of tribes literally standing behind us with every battle that we're dealing with. We have legions of entities.
400 years, 500 years, 100 years, 80
thousands,
years. They're
5,000.
there like that.
Literally, like Sumerians, Egyptians, like we go back to, let me not even get into the history because I'm about to do that. But we go all
back.
Forgetting that our ancestors survived this. Why? And they survived it because they honored who she was.
There you go.
Ceremonies.
On the money. Money.
There were ceremonies. Every season there was a ceremony for
That's
her.
it. That's
every storm. There was a god every storm. After every storm, our cultures, our tribes would get together and give her an offering and try to appease her.
Appease her.
We're sorry.
Yeah.
We're sorry. If someone disrespected somebody else from the other tribe and they destroyed each other, did you ever notice that after these wars or these tribes that there would be no growth in the plant?
Right.
Everything would just sit down for months, even years, until people actually went to her and gave her
repent.
I'm sorry. Look what I've done to you. Because you're shedding we're shedding our blood on her. And people forget
into the soil.
People forget we're a part of her. I said, I know, I'm going to say this Bible quote real quick. Ask the ashes.
Right. Hello. Well, we can use all of that stuff because it's an amalgamation of all the indigenous religions.
Look, certain religions, a lot of religions are man-made. I love religions. I think they're beautiful. I just don't like what humans have done to distort them, pervert them, and make them profitable. That's the only thing I don't like. But whenever I feel a type of way about a religion, I always ask my ancestors to clarify, what does this mean for me? Because I was raised Catholic. I went to Catholic school. I studied all 56 books of the Bible. Matter of fact, right now I just finished studying about the Kemetic religions. I'm always studying. I'm always taking courses on. But I'm always evolving.
Kind of growing.
Exactly. But honestly, with COVID-19, I've said she's tired. And
of the degradation. She can't anymore.
Funny that the ones who are getting hit the most are the ones with the weakened immune systems, the older generations who've been known what they were doing. But funny that the young kids, the ones that have been doing those climate strikes for the last 5 years, they're not getting hit. Those ones from 18 and under, they're not getting hit. I wonder why. Because they've been fighting for her. They've been taking out of themselves out of classes. They've been sitting there doing climate strikes Friday after Friday after Friday. I'm like, okay, these kids are not getting hit like the old generation. And it also taught me, like, what are we doing to our bodies? Like, what are we doing?
This is it. The vessels that we're carrying everything in, how are we honoring that?
We're poisoning ourselves, like, with chemicals and processed
all
foods
the time.
And the liquids that we drink. And I'm like, now, mind you, I honestly feel I had COVID in January because I'm a veteran. I served so I went to the VA hospital in Brooklyn in January about 4 times, and they just said, it's a virus. I was like, something's wrong. I was like, I can't talk. I always have a sore throat. I feel like I can't taste anything. Then when in March, I'm like, I probably had COVID. And then my husband got really sick and doing the same symptoms within a week. And I tried to tell him, I said, look, I don't want you going to the doctors because they're going to tell you it's a virus because it's the same exact thing that's happening to me. So I said, let's just start taking some supplements. And we started taking echinacea. Right now, taking echinacea. But that's something that I've always done before. I've always supplemented myself with natural remedy.
Natural remedy.
Years, like, please stop eating that crap. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah, I'm on that journey.
Well, it gets easy. I'm just telling you right now.
I hope so, because
the minute that you start honoring what they guide you, they start showing the way. Because I was raised Cuban by a Cuban, the old lady, and a Cuban man, and my mother. My mother was a So when my grandparents died, I actually had I've always had an altar. I've had an ancestral altar, which they call a boveda, in certain...
Boveda, yes, I've seen that, boveda.
Religions, we're not going to get into all that, but certain religions, I have a boveda, and I used to serve them food.
Nice,
When I started getting told to stop eating certain things, mind you, these are the things that I loved and I grew up with my grandmother. They started honoring, they didn't ask for it. I'm like, they started evolving and respecting my body
Interesting.
because they knew my body wasn't able to handle it. Like,
To handle
my
it
grandma
anymore.
loves,
Yes.
my grandma loves coffee. So before, I used to make pork chops. Before God,
Right.
we did.
Yeah.
Pork chops, rice and beans, and
Yeah.
maduros, like plantains,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Love them.
I don't eat meat anymore.
No.
They have
Right.
completely stopped. Mind you, that's
Yeah.
crazy for a Spanish household to stop eating.
Yeah. Yeah.
My family thought I was disrespecting them. I was like, "You're not eating meat? What's wrong with you?" I was like, yeah. So I went to go buy meat, and literally when I went to go buy something, my stomach said no. I was like, "No, but this is what they
Yeah.
get. They eat meat."
Yeah.
And I kept hearing no, and I was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna do it." So I was really confused. I put everything down, put everything away, went straight to my altar, got on my knees, and like, "Show me what it is you want." And they're like, "Whatever you eat, we will eat." I'm like,
wow.
And that was for me. That was for me.
Yeah.
You know, my grandmother had me drinking what we call café con leche, which is milk with tea and coffee, espresso. Which they call now latte. It's not a latte, it's café con leche. Taking my damn drink.
Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
drinking all drinking a latte. That's not latte, that's Cuban coffee. No, I'm just kidding.
I love it. Colonialism in every corner of our lives. Like,
exactly. I was drinking that. My grandma had me drinking that stuff since I was 3, right? So again, I had a little small carton of milk because I don't drink dairy either because I found out dairy was really messing up my stomach too and my daughter's stomach. So I had a little container of milk and I went to give it and they're like, "I don't want it." I'm like, "What? This is what you drink?" They're like, "No, we don't want it."
Yeah.
And so I threw it out and then I went back. I was like, "What is going on?" And they're like, "You're evolving. We're going to support that."
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So now she asked me for straight black Cuban coffee with brown sugar. And so she didn't even want the white sugar because she said, I was told it's processed. Like literally.
Yeah, it is. To get it white.
Mira, you're going to do this and this and this. And this is my dream. And mira, do it good. Do it good because I don't watch it. I woke up, I told my husband, I had a dream with my grandma telling me not to cook the way I would usually cook. And he's like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, so I did it. They love it.
Yeah.
They can ask me for different things. They'll ask for cigars is huge in this household. Not
Of
for
course.
me, for them.
Yeah, for them, right.
The crazy thing is they know I don't like cigars.
Yeah. Yeah. The smell. It's a heavy smell.
My grandfather smoked Cuban cigars my entire life.
Right.
So
that's a heavy smell.
So I had to adjust, and only once in a while they'll say, "I need a cigar." So there's a stack of cigars just for them. I don't know what
for them, right.
So I'll do that, the rum, the coffee. My grandmother gets specific with specific colors of the roses. Like, even though you're supposed to keep things, but she'll ask me for blue roses. I'm like, where am I going to find blue roses?
I know. Blue roses sitting right there. They know. They know. They really know, Yeah,
so I started really talking to my ancestors more during COVID-19. And then within the first week, my husband got laid off. And then within 2 weeks, we found out one of our friends got sick. And then 3 days later, people were passing away left and right.
Yeah.
Then about a month ago, we lost his aunt. My husband's aunt. I'm like, shit.
Sorry to hear that. Yeah.
But I keep telling people, my community was caught with a lot of fear. I kept getting emails over and over and over again about how scary this is. I'm like, I need you guys to stop feeding the spirit because fear is a spirit just like faith is. Literally, I have a tattoo that's on me. I had it for years on me. It's on my arm.
Love
and
it.
It says, "Feed your faith and your fears will starve to death." I had this for years.
I love that. I love that tattoo.
That's what I've been spitting to my community for the last 2.5 months. I'm like, I need you guys. It's not about a belief system.
Exactly.
It's not about a higher power. It's about, I need you to believe in yourself. Have faith.
That's it.
This is just a change. And change, we have to change. We don't like it. We become uncomfortable. When we get past it, it gets better and we can adjust. Look what happened with 9/11.
Well, this is it. All the big things.
9/11 hit. We lost our minds.
Right.
We were able to go to the airport all the way to the gate and think about our family. A whole new department had to come out of 9/11.
This is it.
We had to change and we adjusted. And that's what's happening now with COVID-19. A lot of people are so afraid of the unexpected, the unknown. But if you truly have faith within yourself, I'm not talking
this is it.
You have to believe in yourself. And if you're having an issue about believing yourself, then this is where you need to start questioning, like, what is going on with me? What is COVID-19 really showing me? Because a lot of things happen. You're like, I don't know why I'm feeling these feelings from the past. Well, guess what? Your cellular structure is still. Your body's like, oh, you have time now to unpack that baggage. Let's do this.
Basically. And it's like, and you're going to do it. And you're going to sit at home, pause. You got no time because you got to sit with yourself. And it's funny, you know, for me with COVID, I have been doing this work, I would say for the last 5 years. I've been in New York for 5 years, right? And I have been New York, New York. So I came to New York thinking I'm grown. I know what I'm doing. I've been running businesses. I'm grown. And New York was like,
Not
you look
today.
cute. Mm-mm. New York turned my, right. New York turned my life upside down. 3 years. It was hell. I'm not going to lie. It was hell. It was pure hell. But I held on. I'm not going back. New York, I've chosen you. So you're going to like me eventually. And so a lot of this loss of income, loss of industries, I went through it in 2015, right? So my sort of bread and butter is PR, public relations. But with the onset of influencers and social media, PR just went like overnight, literally. I've got a degree in it. I invested in this industry, and then there isn't one. And so all of those things have been happening for a while. So while people are losing their shit and they're like, the whole restaurant industry is not there. It is there, actually. It's just not going to be the way that you want.
Again, we have to adjust to that change.
This is it. This is it. And so all of these things that it's bringing up were things that I was handling, dealing with, sometimes good, sometimes not, for a long time. You know what I mean? Having to deal with solitude and who the fuck I am in solitude. What voices are coming through in that solitude? And I don't like what it says sometimes, but I'm saying it, so I need to check why the fuck I'm talking to myself like that, right? So there was lots of things that I'm seeing people lose their shit, and I'm kind of been living like this for the last 5 years, like, you know. And then people say, "Oh my God, I've got to be at home." I'm like, it's home. You have a home to be with it in. Like, I'm not understanding why being home, and then saying, it's my right. It's your right to what? Buy a sparkly fucking top. That's your right. That's what you want to use your rights on. Not the right to breathe, to have clean air, clean water, shelter, be free from violence. That's not the rights you want to talk about. But you want to tell me I have a right to go out to the mall to buy a sparkly top. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. And so it's very revealing.
Entitlement. That's a huge spirit too.
Ooh, gets my chest tight. That shit.
I know, but
gets
it's
my chest tight.
This is what this is. It's about, and you know, I look at me. I'm dying here with no nails. Now if you guys, you know, I'm notorious for my long ass nails. I'm like,
you're not the only one. These are my own, and I've broken every one, and I just painted it last night.
I
want my gels back.
I'm like, girl,
right?
Like I know, but then
I'm
looking.
I
have to go back, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Exactly. Is it that important? Right.
Your nails can wait just because you're uncomfortable because your nails are weak because you rip.
Yeah, me too. That's why they keep breaking.
And then I had to sit back and like, girl, this is your ego. You be fine.
My hair is
a hot mess. Like, this is why my hair is always in a mess.
Roots are come through. That's why this one's on. But roots are come through.
I'm like,
I look like a whole different woman.
And I tell people all the time, I'm like, you guys think that those of us who are spiritual or work in this culture or work in industry that we got it all. No, we don't.
We're still having a human experience with all the human emotions and insecurities. Because that's another thing. And it'll be great to have this conversation with you. How does your humanity either help you or restrict you with your spirituality? Because there's things that I feel, and you know, I want to hear you first though. But how does it? Because as you said, people look at you and they're like, "Mama Vida," you know, like you got all the answers, and people do that to me, and I'm like, stop that shit. First of all, I don't like Okonokiism. I don't like that shit. And then secondly, and this is why I don't really have Abrahamic religions in my life either, because I hate that whole idol shit. Like, who the fuck? No, we're mere mortals, all of us. So why you? So then I'm also in the other space of, why would you? I understand needing something. I understand needing guidance, but to put all of that faith into another human being.
No. That's why I check my people all the time. I tell them, I say this all the time. I even say it in readings, like actual one-on-one conversations with my clients. I am fucked up, flawed, and broken just like the rest of you. Welcome to humanity. Welcome.
What would it be without that?
Welcome. We're 3D.
Yeah.
Me, myself, and I, past, present, and future. That's humanity.
Right.
I said, if you being fucked up, flawed, and broken isn't such a bad thing. It's a good thing because that allows room for growth, room for knowledge, room for wisdom, room for your ascension, because that's a new way. It's not new, but it's a new thing for a lot of the community. I'm ascending. No, you're not.
No, you're not. You're staying right where you are, bitch. There's a lot more to do. Hey, you ain't.
Just because you had some bad headaches doesn't mean you're essential.
I mean,
don't even
honestly,
get me to that one. But
well,
still,
this is what I'm saying. They pick up these terms, and it sounds nice, but I'm like, you don't even understand what the process of ascension would be, and you don't even know. To be frank, some people don't even come through that process.
No, they don't. They say they had some of the symptoms and they think they survived it. You didn't survive shit. If you're still dealing with the same karmic lessons that you just dealt with 6 months ago, honey, you never said you failed. It's called it's a free
Exactly.
Let's try this again.
Right. And
My
so, and I understand.
Is ridiculous.
Right. And I understand the need people have, because there is a failure of these structures, these Abrahamic religions and other structures that we put around ourselves that just don't answer questions, because they weren't created to. They weren't created to answer questions. And even when we talk to our ancestors and dead and stuff, there are still questions that sometimes we don't get the clarity on.
No.
You know, we get some kind of understanding, but not this yes, no. Right.
And you know what it is that I've learned throughout the years, because since COVID-19, I used to work with my ancestors once a week on a specific dedicated day. Since COVID-19, I literally do rituals every day. Like even today, I was doing a ritual beforehand. I do rituals every day because of what's going on.
Yes,
I get it, because I needed to step up, because they told me your community is going to need you now more than ever. Like, what are you talking about?
Definitely right.
Everyone's losing their jobs. They don't need me. I've never been busier since then.
Right.
I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I don't understand it. I don't understand the death. And my human mind doesn't understand it. My spirit, though, like, you know what's coming. And I tell people all the time, COVID-19 is a hurricane.
More than.
You have to stay centered in the eye of the hurricane. The eye of the hurricane is always calm. Now, I grew up in Florida, too. So, you know, those winds of the Caribbean islands, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
those 150-mile-per-hour winds literally just go around us, and we have to stay centered in faith within ourselves, not a belief system. If you believe in God, great. If you believe in Obatala, beautiful. I don't care what it is. That's not my business. I have no place judging you and your belief system. Whatever that is, have that faith and stay centered in your faith, because with hurricanes is a resorting of the elements. And what happens after hurricanes? What happened after twisters? What happens after monsoons? Rebuilding the foundation.
That's it. That's it. Rugged new beginnings.
Adjust.
Yeah.
And we don't like it because we got comfortable. And we get comfortable, we get complacent. My humanity sucks as a human being. I'm being honest. I can't stand her ass. I really can't.
I feel the same. I feel the same because I love to love. You know, I love to love. And that gets me into a lot of trouble in a world that doesn't honor love. And love really is about creation too, right? And love, so all the things, this is it. And all of the things that are attributed to the feminine divine, love, creation, nurture, they're devalued in this society. And so the things that I want to be honored are crushed, overlooked. People take it. Oh, they'll take it. And they'll be nice to you when they're taking it. And then they disappear, or you don't get the recognition you want. And sometimes I check my ego about it, but sometimes it's like, no. Like the way that we give offerings to our ancestors and stuff because they've done something for us, that's a very basic understanding. Someone does something for you, you give. That's
karmic exchange.
This is it. And people are not
karmic exchange here. Everything has to be an exchange. Like people always tell me, like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You do the card of the day. You give a lot of free services every day. I'm like, that's because they told me, because I wouldn't do it. I'm very honest. I'm very honest. You know that.
I know, but I know exactly what you're saying, because I have other medium, psychic, spiritual workers as well, and they're like, "Child, this job," like literally, and it's not a choice.
It's not a choice. Damn card of the day unless they told me to. Because every time I've gone against them, my ass pays for the price. I've yes. A good 15 years of my life. I've passed that. Well, I admit it. It took me 15 years to actually sit there and submit to spirit. 15 years it took me to submit.
Yeah.
So now I know whenever they say jump, I say haha, because
right, because you're like just.
I trust the dead more than I trust the living. Let me be very honest.
To be frank, you are making so much sense right now. You're making so much sense right now.
I trust the dead before my husband. Yeah. I trust the dead before my own mama. She's living now with me.
Yeah.
I trust the dead before my own biological children.
Yeah.
They come first. They've never steered me wrong.
Never. And they never do.
And people think that this lifestyle is so great. Oh my God, you don't know what I sacrificed.
No,
I know.
Idea. Yeah.
What I tell them on social media is just a scratch.
Right. And that's another thing. I haven't even told my story as widely as I could have. I'm waiting for the time when I feel right, and there's a certain way I want to do it as well. But these creations, as I said to you, they have come from anger, but they've come from a lot of pain too.
Yeah.
And they come from a lot of things that I'm carrying, which are not mine. So it's funny, on my bio, right, I've called myself a generational pattern breaker. And so I know that there are loads that I don't want. And I'm certainly not trying to pass on to my children, which will be coming. But I'm not trying to pass that shit on, right? Because it stops. And that decision that I made a very long time ago, I have to work for it. These cards, I got, like, I'm telling you, when I got a reading that told me...
let me just tell you something. I don't know why, but I'm just being told to tell you. This is just the beginning. Oh,
thank you. I'm feeling teary. Why am I feeling teary?
Because you have about 2 women standing behind you. I see that now. 2 women standing behind you. They're literally showing me, wow, you have 2 tribes. They're showing me both the left and the right side, which means paternal and maternal.
And my mum and dad are different tribes, both from Ghana, but different tribes, though.
So that's what I said. 2 tribes here. Without confirmation, 2 tribes are saying that this is just the beginning. You're here to break the mold.
I mean, if honestly, as I said, I've told my story, so my whole life has been breaking molds. The things I've achieved, that's a lot. Thank you.
That's wow. Believe it or not,
there's a lot I want to do. There's a lot I want to do.
Giving you all these things. You being sitting still too in COVID-19 is sparking a lot of things. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm ready for the next 3 decks because that's what I'm waiting for.
Thank you. and honestly, there's so many.
Now they keep going to these decks. I'm like, oh boy, and this is one deck here. And they just say these decks.
Yeah, I've got others bubbling that I'm. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay,
yeah. It's all there. And
I see both sides. I see both sides of you. Both lineages.
Thank you, ladies.
I just see that, like, we got you.
Yeah, thank you.
We've been nothing against the men.
No.
This world has been predominantly patriarch.
Yeah, and we've suffered because of it.
And it's nothing about that. It's not. And Gaia's never been about taking power because she's subservient to us. And she lets us live on her, and we take advantage of her over and over again. Everybody's done it. But now it's about joining forces, and she's not saying get behind me. She's not saying go below me. She's saying walk with me.
Yeah, that's powerful. Yeah. Ooh, that just made me shiver. Ooh.
She's not asking for men to go to the side. She's asking.
No. Come. And she's actually asking them to catch up too. Catch up, guys, because they've been doing another path, They've been doing another path, which is like, we're not going that way.
No.
We can't go that way.
Yeah.
COVID-19 is telling us we can't go that way. And there's going to be people. And then the other thing I've got from COVID-19, which I've always had actually, not everybody can come along for this ride. So I understand the loss.
I got something to say about that.
Right.
I'm going to say real quick and you can go right back.
No, go for it. Yeah.
I don't know who needs to hear this, who's here. And if you're going to you're probably going to save a life. Whoever needs to hear is going to watch or needs to see this. If you don't get anything from this, I need you guys to understand, not everyone is meant to evolve.
Ooh, say them words, Mama. I'm trying to say them words. Woo. And honestly, I have been saying this to people that this is not for them. They don't have the capabilities. And you know what? How many times has my therapist said to me, you want these guys to give you love and they're not capable to do that. And that's another one of my learnings, which I'm expressing with you guys now, is that I'm going to people to give me a certain type of love who they don't have the tools. And that turns out to be quite a few people. It's not about just love though. Some managers at work don't have the tools to manage you. Mm-hmm. Some mothers, some fathers, right. Some mothers and fathers don't have the parental skills to parent you. Exactly. And while the journey of that can be incredibly fucking painful and unforgivable, if we don't, and this is tools for living. This is where the name comes from. I want to give you the tools. I want to give you the power. It's not about me. This is about you skilling up, adding some armor, right, to yourself. I'm here just as a vessel to help, to conjure, to create, and help you get there as well. Because I don't want the burden, to be frank. I'll tell you that right now. I don't want the burden.
Cool. People think
it's
God,
leadership is fucking hard.
Bina, this is so cool. You can hear people. I don't want to hear people's thoughts all day.
That's not
I don't want to hear
cool.
that.
It's a burden. Burden's a weird word. It's not a burden, but it's responsibility. It's a huge responsibility that sometimes infringes on who we have to be as humans.
People have no idea how much I can speak for me.
Yeah.
People have no idea how much I've sacrificed to the detriment of my own life for this.
Yeah.
My children will never understand. My husband, my own mother doesn't understand.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, people can only think, oh, Vida did.
No.
No. You don't know.
And I saw that. Honestly. Like I know when I attach to people, I know what that is. I see it. There's things in my spirit that sees you. And also it's the same way when someone fucks me off. I'm like, I don't know why, but this person pisses me the fuck off. And so many times nowadays, somebody tells me something maybe a month after and they tell me some fuck shit. I said, see, that's why I was acting that way with them. They were fucking idiots.
Right.
So it goes on both ways. But I just knew when I saw your I was like, I like this woman.
Thank you.
I really do. And I as I said to you, I like people who make movement happen, change, you know what I mean? And that's why I want to give you your flowers. That's why I invited you on here, because I see you. I understand it. I understand that this road is not an easy one. And also, we're not in a space where we've got this consistent check coming in every week, right?
Never.
We don't have that framework.
We don't have a stable income.
Right. So all of these things that are asking us to be stable and to be on this regular linear kind of timeline, our lives are circular. Mm-hmm. Because time is circular. It's not linear as they want you to believe, but time and everything's circular. So certain things, as I said, some days I don't post. I ain't got shit to say. The feeling's not there. Yep. And because you have to do this, you have to do that, it's hard for us to move into those spaces and always deliver the way you want.
Exactly.
So I want to honor you and the work that you've done. I do see you, even though I'm new, sort of. And just to explain with me, I've always had gifts since I was a little girl. Always. I never, right. And I never really knew.
I'm sorry. Not anyone can make that. Sorry. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, my babies.
People keep asking, when are you going to make a date? Never. That's not what
Oh.
That's not me. I mean, if they
decide
like when I'm in my crone age, you know.
Right, yeah.
Why is this age like in my they be dead, but no.
Yeah.
I don't honestly as a triple fire sign, I don't have the patience.
Patience. List. Woo. You said the word patience because I'm like patience. Do you know how hard it was? People have been saying, Simone, you need to do a film of your life. And I said, yeah, because you have to write a book first. I said, I can't even watch TV without looking at my phone. I can't do, like, my attention span is shit. So you want me to do what exactly? Honestly, like, hey, no, sorry. I'm going to do it, but it's just like, it's scary.
When the timing presents itself, because they will always give you, that's another thing, like a lot of my community like wants to push forward, keep going. I'm like, okay, you guys are moving forward, but have you been presented with the pathway? Have you been presented with the steps to take? There's steps that took me to get to this point. Right,
there you go. And also the pause, right?
Years of sacrifice. Years of submitting. Again, it took me 15 years to learn how to submit to spirit, which is my ancestors, which is my elders, which is the guides, my archangels, whatever it is that I choose to connect with, elemental beings, whatever that is, because I believe in universal love as well. Universal love and numerous different traditions are beautiful. But to submit and actually listen and then do what they say and not fight back.
As a fire sign. Exactly.
15 years of my ego versus my spirit.
Whew.
Now we learn some shit. Okay, no, I'm going to do it this way. They're like, hey, do a replay karmic lesson. I'm like, what is that?
I know. And then you get into the, fuck this shit then, right? And then it's that change.
Yeah, listen, my humanity once a week, I swear to God, even to this day, once a week, fuck this shit, I'm not doing this no more. And then I get an email. Rita, Change my life. Oh my God, I'm doing
I know, I know. This is it. Honestly, there's been days I've woken up and then I get a DM saying, your cards. I'm like, okay, I'm going to
okay,
keep
I keep
doing
doing
this.
it. Keep doing it.
Okay. Because,
Man,
yeah,
listen.
because
Every
these
week,
things
once
are
a week,
us.
that's it.
Yeah.
Not doing this no more. And then I'll get an email. See that you
Yeah.
changed my life. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
confirmation. I'm doing it.
Yes.
Just keep going. My
It's,
humanity. It's hard. It's really hard.
it's really hard. And
But
I think, and that's the other thing, we're living in two different, well, multiple worlds. I'm not going to say
yeah,
two because
no, yeah,
there's lots of different worlds
multiple
we're living in.
realities. Multiple
Right.
realities. People don't.
And
Yes.
sometimes they clash. Sometimes they're not meshing.
Yeah.
And and so and that's why I always advocate for therapy. Oh my God,
Oh yeah.
therapy is the most beautiful thing ever. And just being able to really offload in an objective space where people
Right.
can really separate, well, hold on, this is this world. This is this bit here, and this is actually something that's not yours. That's
Exactly.
something that happened in childhood, which is their shit, so you can let
Right.
that go.
Mhm.
And that's definitely where I want us to start getting to, looking at ourselves. How am I reacting to things so I can start responding? And that's a big thing for me, how we're responding. And so, this month's Adinkra symbol, now the thing is, so I was doing these readings for OK Africa, right?
I
And
remember.
obviously
It
I'm
was awesome.
right. Right. So I have a British accent because I was born and brought up in London, right?
Of
So
course.
I'm not going to sound like a Ghanaian. I am Ghanaian, right? Fully, but I'm not going to sound like one, people. I do not. I'm not an indigenous tree speaker. So yes, it sounds fucked up when I mention them. So now I've got such oh my God, when I say it. So I don't say tree anymore because I'm just like, it's so bad. So anyway, our May Adinkra symbol of the month, the meaning of it was that don't wait for the rain to stop before you collect rainwater. And I wanted to ask you, I've been asking everybody, what does rainwater mean to you in that saying? Well, how do you perceive that? What is that symbolizing for you?
Cleansing.
Nice.
Because
Cleansing.
it comes from above.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that rain is, believe it or not, rainwater is pure.
Yeah.
It's coming from the heavens. It's coming from spirit. It's coming from your Christ consciousness, the great I am, the unseen realms, the invisible forces. And I always tell people when it rains, it's just, I used to tell my children a lot when I was there, but now they say, look, Mom, God's cleaning stuff. Exactly, God's cleaning stuff. Honestly, rainwater to me is cleansing. It's being stripped of the energy, the dirt, the years, the debris.
Oh, debris. Say that word again, debris. Because
that
there's
karmic
emotional
debris.
debris too.
Yes, that
Yes.
karmic debris that's just sitting there.
Yes.
After you think you're over it and you haven't, it's still sitting there.
Right.
Rainwater to me is, matter of fact, I use rainwater in a lot of my rituals. So
Yeah.
I collect it. So rainwater to me is cleansing, pure from the invisible. I know it's technically from the clouds. I get it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my life is coming from the invisible realms, and that's something that I offer my ancestors as well. To me, it's all about cleansing yourself, and it's about renewal. And this past new moon in Gemini that just happened on Friday, I do community rituals every new moon and full moon.
Yes.
And the intentions were restoring, recovery, perseverance, self-esteem.
Wow. There we go.
It's about cleansing. It's about, when I collect rainwater. It rained yesterday here. You know.
Yes. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Pot was outside.
I know. It's so good.
Cleansing. It's like it's from the most powerful essence there is. It's the invisible realms of love, because spirit is love.
All the time. All the time.
We may not understand it, but
we feel it. Right. So I have 40 seconds left before this thing all disappears and explodes. I have loved kind of up with you. It's everything. I want to do it again. So you're going to come back and we're going to do this again, because this is amazing. And I love the exchange we've had, but I also love the fact that we're just being our human selves and our spiritual selves and into our human selves again. And I don't know if people realize that we need to do that. If we don't do that, then we can't be. And so I'm glad we have this space to do that. And please carry on with moving us and giving us the words and screaming at us when we need to be screamed at. Honestly, scream. I'm just like, yes, I'm sorry. But oh my God, thank you so much. I really love you to pieces. And thank you. Thank you for all your support. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm going to see. Yes, we're gonna. I'm really not playing with that. So I'm gonna see you. I've got 10 seconds left.
Okay.
But thank you, Mama Vida, and take care, okay?
Love you. Love you much.
Okay.
Be safe and be
Thank
well.
you.
Talk to you soon.
Definitely. Thanks so much. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Thanks for
guys.
joining. Bye.